Let's start. Today we will see how to implement the Twitter sign-in authentication in Java Android. First, go to the firebase.google.com website. Click either the Go to the Console button or the Get Started button. Click the Add Project button. Here you are supposed to write a project name. I will name it to Twitter Sign-in Demo and click Continue. When you land on this page, scroll down. Click Continue. Select the default account for Firebase from this drop-down list. And click Create Project. This will create a Firebase project for you. Click Continue. Our app name is displayed over here. Now, in this Get Started section, click the Android icon. Here you are supposed to write your app's package name and some nickname for this app. Then we need an SHA-1 hash of our Android project. Hover the mouse on this question mark, and it will show you where you can get the SHA-1 hash. Click the See This Page link. This page will tell you different ways of generating the SHA-1 hash. Scroll down until you find this section. Copy this line. Go to the Android Studio. Click the Terminal option. And paste that line over here. Now, click Control and Entry. This will generate the SHA-1 hash of your app in this Run panel. This is the SHA-1 hash. Copy this. And paste it over here. Click Register App. Download this Google Services JSON file. This screenshot says that go to the Android Studio, switch to the project mode, and paste this JSON file into the app folder. This is where I pasted it. Click Next. Then the page will tell you to integrate these Gradle dependencies. We will do that later. Click Next. Click Continue to Console. Now the Firebase is integrated into our app here. Click the Authentication button. Click either Get Started or Set up the Sign-in Method button, whichever you may find. These are the various sign-in provider options. Click the Twitter button. Click the Enable button. First, copy this URI somewhere, as we will need this later. Now, as you can see, we need an app ID and an app secret. We will get them both from the Twitter Developer Console. Click the Learn More link. It will land us on this page. Click the Android option in this Authentication section. Click the Twitter option. On this page, click the Register Your App link. It will take us to the Twitter Developer Console. Sign in using your Twitter credentials. This is the dashboard page. First, we need to create a project here. Click the New Project button. Enter some project name. And click Next. Select Use Case as a student as of now. Click Next. Then write some description about your project. Click Next. Then select Development as the app environment. Click Next. Write some app name. Click Next. Here you will find your app ID and app secret. Copy them somewhere. Click the Go to Dashboard button. This is the dashboard. Scroll down to this User Authentication Settings section, and click the Setup button. Select the OAuth 2.0 option, and scroll down. Select App Type as Native. Now, remember we had copied a URI in this step? Paste that URI over here. Click Save. This is our client ID and client secret. Copy this somewhere. And press Done. The console again reminds us to copy the client secret somewhere, as we won't be able to see this again anywhere on the console. Copy it, and click Yes, I saved it. Now, go back to the Firebase console. Copy-paste the app ID and app secret. And click Save. As you can see, the Twitter sign-in provider is enabled for our app. Click the Authentication option until you see the Get Started link. Click the Get Started link. Once you land on this page, click the Android option inside the Authentication panel. Click Twitter. This page will tell about what code you should use to integrate Twitter authentication into your app. We will do this in the Android Studio. In the manifest file, we have specified the internet permission. In the project level build.gradle file, we have integrated this class path. At the app level build.gradle file, integrate this plugin. Also, integrate these libraries. Here we have the main activity, a Twitter sign-in manager class. And in the UI we have the activity_main.xml file, which is the layout of the main activity. Let's see the UI. Here we have a text view, where we would show the user profile information. Then we have 3 buttons, sign in, sign out, and get the profile. Let's see the code. The constraint layout is the root layout. This is the text view. This is the sign in button. This is the get profile button. This is the sign out button. Let's see the Java code now. These are the imports. This is the Twitter sign-in manager class. Here we have an interface called callback. This interface has a method, update_UI. This function will pass on the user information from this manager class to the main activity, where that information will be shown in the text view. These are the data members. First, we have implemented the singleton object creation pattern, so that only a single instance of this class would be present throughout the app lifecycle. Meanwhile, we call this init function, where we initialize some things, create an authentication provider, and create a Firebase authentication instance. This is the sign-in function. This is the show profile function. We call the update_UI function of the interface so that the user information can be passed on to the main activity from this class. This is the is_user already signed in function. This is the sign out function. These are the imports. This is the main activity, which implements the callback interface. This is the update_UI function of the interface. Here we show the user profile information inside the text view. These are the data members. In the onCreate function, we get the instance of the Twitter sign-in manager class. When the sign-in button is clicked, this is how we sign in. When the sign out button is clicked, this is how we sign out. And simultaneously, we clear the text view. When the Get Profile button is clicked, this is how we get the profile information. Let's run the app. So that's it. That's how you can implement the Twitter sign-in authentication in Java Android. Thank you.